Chasing Green Arrows. Today, I'm your host because we have an interesting topic of discussion. Today, we are doing the United and Liverpool combined 11. And our usual host, Musti, who we all know is a diehard United fan, is going to be supporting the United cause. So we have Mustafa Ismail and Yusuf Ismail brothers who support United. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well. Thank you so much for a lovely introduction, man.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And then we have on the other side, we have Zain Azam and Mohammad Hamza, our Liverpool boys. How you guys doing?
All good.
All right. So now we're gonna
in sync.
lot of in sync for Liverpool. Yeah. So now we're gonna do a combined Liverpool and United 11 from the time that we've kind of started watching football. So an approximate, like let's say around 2000, 2002, 2003 ish.
So can we decide on a date like 2000?
Let's do 2002, 2003, like around
So
around this season
after World Cup.
After World Cup,
season, just pretty much after the and also after the Invincible Arsenal season. Just wanted to put that out there. All right, let's go. Let's start with the goalkeeper.
Goal.
I'm gonna note these guys. I'm gonna note it down and we'll have like. Yeah, go ahead. Start. Goalkeeper.
So for us, I think I wouldn't put anyone apart from Alisson up there. Every other keeper, maybe Reina for a while, but no, Alisson, I would say. Hamza?
Yeah, Hamza, what about you? You agree with that analogy?
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
For your response.
I would say, I think I'd say Alisson also, similarly.
Okay, great.
He's the best of the bunch,
And then what about the United boys?
Yeah, for us, it's between Van der Sar and De Gea. Bhaiya, what's your call?
I think Van der Sar, just overall. Just I don't know if he played against better strikers, but just because I don't know, he was part of that trio with Vidic and Ferdinand. So I think he never had a down period. He always had a positive thing, whereas De Gea has been up and down. But raw talent, maybe De Gea is probably better. Raw talent.
For me, that's why I would go with De Gea because he had Vidic and Ferdinand. De Gea's defense wasn't as solid, and he, as a shot stopper, he was incredible. Van der Sar was consistent, had a lot of clean sheets, but I think his defense helped. But one-on-one, I would go De Gea, even though he is inconsistent sometimes. But I just find like when he's at his peak, he's incredible.
Okay, so then you have to decide who's stronger, Van der Sar or De Gea versus Alisson. Because I agree with Alisson.
Exactly.
So we have to.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I would have thought De Gea would have taken it, but then that's true. That like right now he probably isn't very good as he used to be. The other thing is that I don't know, man. Like the more I see of De Gea, the more I think that his positioning is seriously flawed, but he makes up for it with incredible acrobatics and stuff. I don't know. Maybe Van der Sar has a decent shout actually. You guys decide who you want as the United keeper. Take one out.
Don, you want to help us?
But basically, like I completely.
You got stuck.
Don, I can't hear you.
Don, you got stuck.
Don is gone. Our host gone.
Our host is gone.
Brother. Okay, then let's carry on.
Let's continue.
Okay, so
you guys decide.
I mean,
United, yeah.
Okay,
Mustafa, just take a pick.
Okay, Don, we lost you. Are you back?
Yeah. I was able to hear you guys. I heard that the host is gone and all that everything. But can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay,
what is your
sorry.
decision?
So I was like, I feel like if I have to choose between them, like De Gea, like over the past few years, he's been a little bit inconsistent. So that's a flaw for me in terms of I would choose Van der Sar if I had to amongst those two. Okay, and also again, pip him up against Alisson. I think Van der Sar has a slightly heavier shot for me, but like we'll see. So once you guys decide,
let's go Van der Sar.
All right, Van der Sar then.
So then, okay, Van der Sar versus Alisson. Now, like, it's a combined decision. What do you guys think?
See, are we taking longevity into account? Because that changes a lot of things then. Like, none of the current Liverpool players would probably come in that team because they've been doing it for like 2-3 years? Even Van Dijk, for example. Or are we taking them at their peak and potential to continue the peak?
I think more we have to keep in mind the biggest impact that they've had for that specific team, right? Like for example, Alisson has had a huge impact for Liverpool over the past few years, but Van der Sar has also had a decent impact for his team. So like I think we'll have to focus on impact that the player has had for that team in that time, because longevity and in terms of championships, I think Liverpool is a little bit behind. So like for us to try and be fair to both teams, I think creating that impact. So in terms of impact, what do you think between Alisson and Van der Sar?
I mean, for me, Van der Sar had a big impact because I think before him, like when they had Barthez and keepers before that, United didn't have a stable keeper after Schmeichel. And Van der Sar, he stabilized that for a long period. I think for like 10 years he was there. His height was good goals. He was organized, good distribution. I mean, he did make mistakes, but I just feel like he had a big impact for United, especially in the keeping area. Hamzo, what are you thinking, man?
I don't know. Really, I think both are in fact similar. I think I would say De Gea, and if the matchup was De Gea and Alisson, I think it would be different keepers. But I think from what I've seen of Van der Sar and even Alisson, both are similar. I mean, both are calm. Both have good distribution. Positioning is really good for both of them. I mean, it's really tough. I mean, can't split them, but I'd say again, I'd go with my bias and say Alisson has the potential to be something really really great. Because he literally, I mean, we won the Champions League. I mean, because of him.
Yeah.
If you remember the save with Napoli, I remember, and then so many other saves. And then the whole, I mean, he just
even against Spurs in the finals.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then just instills confidence in the defense. Overall, there's like a calming influence. So I mean, I'd pick Alisson, but there's really not a lot between the two.
Are you guys willing to budge? Like, are you fixed on Van der Sar? Because I don't mind changing. Maybe. Let's see.
I mean, yeah, I would probably go with Van der Sar. Like, I mean, Alisson, when it comes, like you guys said, impact was thing, but yeah, I would go with Van der Sar.
Biggie?
No, I have to say Van der Sar because I don't know. I just have that Alisson hasn't reached his peak yet, and he's got, I think, more to give. So you don't know how great he is over time, but if you're not judging over time, I'm just gonna stick with Van der Sar because you've seen an entire career, and I just feel that he was central because he didn't have to worry about the goalkeeping position. Other positions were taken care of, right? Whereas, like you can say, Dijk has a big impact on United because he literally saved them in so many matches, but technically maybe he's more flawed than Alisson. So it's very difficult. But you know what, Don, you make the final call because I don't think we're going to budge either one, and it's both fair. Honestly, you have to make the call. This is your
fine. Go for it. I think Van der Sar. I mean, that's a good point. I wouldn't. Honestly, I thought it was going to be De Gea when we started this conversation. And I probably would have considered, fine, De Gea's done it for a while. He's been an elite keeper. I didn't even consider Van der Sar, but thinking about it now, I'll push my bias in other positions.
I think that's fair. I think we can go ahead with Van der Sar. I think.
Go for it.
What's the next position, baby?
Let's go with the left back and the right back.
Left back first or right back?
Okay, let's go right back first.
Guy Neville.
Trent.
Trent Alexander.
Gaza. Actually, we have a lot of options, but we have West Brown, John O'Shea, Valencia. West Brown. Remember his assist done in the Champions League final?
Of course I remember.
And I can't forget that. We have a lot of options. You guys, Zen and Hamzu, what's your option?
Standout option is Trent, obviously, and I can't think of any other names. Arbeloa, but no, all nowhere near the level. So.
On raw talent,
was
you
our
have to
next
give
best
Trent
thing,
over
but no,
Gary Neville.
Trent
Gary Neville did it for the longest time, but you have to give Trent on that front. You cannot say Gary Neville is better than Trent. I'm sorry.
So that's the thing. Like basically, we're looking at talent and impact, right? Like to Trent, the impact that Trent has had on the Liverpool team, it's been so incredible. He's moving forward. He's giving those assists. He's defensively very sound. He's just so good. I mean, if you're basing it off of talent and impact, I would go with Trent over Gaza.
Yeah,
But,
I mean that's the thing. Like many people say, like, oh, he's still young and this and that, but the impact he's already had, even on me as a United fan, I just find him incredible. And I've never seen like an English right back, and then even in the Premier League, I haven't seen such a right back like in a long time.
True.
So I know we might
overshadow someone like Kyle Walker also. Like Kyle Walker is, you can argue he had that impact. He's high, like he stands out, but Trent is above him. So that speaks to something.
Just the way he's, I think it's a unanimous choice over here. I don't think the United guys are fighting that. So I don't think we even heard Hamzu's voice, but I know Hamzu, you're biased towards Trent.
Yeah.
But if you want to add anything over there.
No, I mean, Trent, I mean, if you look, he's played 2 Champions League finals. And again, he's so young, but he's always like, he hasn't been like out of his depth in both those like finals and big games. So there's certain moments, obviously, in the season where like he messes up defensively, but I think that's natural because of his young age. But apart from that, he's been really, I mean, calm, composed, and obviously his attacking abilities is really good. So Trent for me, yeah.
I think unanimous choice. I think we can move on to left back after this now.
Yeah.
So let's I have Trent Alexander-Arnold. Let's go left back.
For me, left back, no doubt, Patrice Evra.
Patrice Evra, same. I don't think there's any argument. You cannot say Gabriel Heinze was better than Patrice Evra.
But I mean, like defending wise, and even like his link-up play with Ronaldo going up and stuff. Evra was, I think, he was a brilliant left back for United.
Yeah, from what I heard and saw, Evra was amazing. I would personally put Robertson above him because of what I've seen. I've seen obviously much more of Robertson, but from everything that people say, I guess Evra would be a decent choice. But the level at which even Robertson has been playing, maybe Trent takes the glory a little more, but Robertson has been phenomenal. Like since he joined Liverpool, since the day he's hardly had any off games. And he's been incredible defensively and attacking wise.
Yeah. Hamza, what about you?
I mean, Robertson is one of my favorite players, but I mean, I can understand if we go with Evra. Evra is obviously really consistent, really good, both defensively and going forward. So, I mean, I can understand if you go with Evra, and I'm willing to like budge on this.
Yeah, I feel like we're not going to win this anyway. So
Zen made a good point about Trent kind of overshadowing Robertson in some of the games because of maybe a couple extra goals that he scored or some of the other additional assists that he's given. But I agree with Zen in terms of how big an impact Robertson has had as well. But Musti and Yusuf, you guys win this one. I think Evra simple. Again, no real discussion over there. The Liverpool guys agreed with. So both backs, we didn't have any arguments at all. So it was a unanimous decision.
Yeah,
I think it's fair. It makes more sense because you cannot. I think at right back you cannot compare any United right back with the pure talent of Trent. But I think at left back you can. But I think Evra just had a bigger impact.
Yeah.
Right. So now let's go with the defenders, central defenders.
Okay, are we picking a partnership?
That's the thing. So what do you guys want to do? Like, do you guys want to like pick one of the best United guys and one of the best Liverpool guys?
Yeah, I think.
Let's do that and see if they complement each other.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, I mean, our choice is obvious. You guys choose one.
First, between Vidic and Ferdinand, which one are you going? Vidic. Yeah, even I'd go with Vidic.
I know Torres kind of terrorized him and all that stuff, but just overall, I think Ferdinand was great, but Vidic could have played with anyone and had that impact.
Yeah, he was like a warrior type, you know. He would always go. He was always up for the fight, like.
And I think he complements Van Dijk. I think they're similar.
I would actually say they're probably quite similar. So if I had to choose a partnership, I would probably pick Ferdinand actually because he's a lot quicker. Can play a higher line with Ferdinand in the team. Van Dijk and Vidic quite similar, I think. I don't think they would complement each other very well. They would be amazing, obviously, that centre back pairing of those two. But if I had to choose, I would probably choose Ferdinand to partner Van Dijk. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. Vidic was incredible as well.
Yeah, I mean that's a very valid point, but I would just go with Vidic just because like I think he was the standout for me at that time. But like his point is valid, but that's the only reason. But yeah, I would go. I can't see a team without Vidic.
Yeah. Are there any
I think,
other people that we
yeah, I was just gonna
could have
say, do we have to
considered?
Jamie Carragher.
Jamie was there. Then yeah, Sami Hopia, I guess. But yeah, none at this level, I think.
You can't have that
Carragher
every
did.
think-
World Cup.
Potentially Joe Gomez, but not at that
Yeah.
level right now.
I think these two. Yeah.
wow,
And,
we're moving it.
But Van Dijk also with Southampton, he did a pretty decent job as well, right? So like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not like he's been consistent for a while now. It's just not 1 or 2 years. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
That was a lot
Yeah.
quicker than I thought.
Nice.
So,
Okay, so
what formation are you playing for midfield attack?
yeah, I was just gonna say, I think let's go 4-4-2. So that way we have 2 midfielders, 2 wingers, and then 2 attackers. That way we have.
Now it's gonna get fun, man.
Now it'll be a little fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we have Van Dijk, and I'm gonna
If you guys say Scholes, I'm gonna hang up.
There's no way I'm not gonna say that.
Okay, go. So 2 midfielders now?
Let's go
Central?
with the 2 central midfielders now. Yeah.
Okay, so are we getting a holding midfielder in first of all? And
4-4-2, I don't think holding is that
We have to-
much. It doesn't have that much of an impact. It's more like central, slightly attacking. I don't know. I don't think.
have a slightly holding midfielder, and then have a proper center midfielder, which is Gerrard. So
What about Gerrard and Keane?
that sounds good.
But like, I can't not have Paul Scholes in the team. Yeah, I mean, Paul Scholes can do the defensively as well. He has some bad tackles, but like, yeah, I would go with Scholes. But yeah, what's your thing?
Again, it's down to formation. If you agree that we need a holding and a central mid, then okay, fine, Keane and Gerrard. But I just feel if we've decided on a 4-4-2, historically, I don't think a holding midfielder. Matlab, you have a complement. I'm not saying that, but I think two more balanced players makes sense, right? And if considering that we have such a good defense, we probably don't need to emphasize on the holding midfielder. So for me, it depends. Scholes or Keane for me, depending on what we decide. If that's even important, that we need to have a holding and regular.
Hamzu?
I mean, personally, I think I'd go for Scholes and Gerrard. I think for our team, I think it can work honestly, and not that.
England have tried for many
big
years.
issue.
Yeah.
But I think
But
Lampard and Gerrard.
It's
Yeah, Lampard
usually
comes
Gerrard,
and
yeah.
Scholes on the wing.
I think.
So that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, Gerrard has to be there for me. So.
Yeah,
Either-
I think Scholes
I
can
would
keep
think
the ball better. Yeah. So.
I think Gerrard picks himself here. Right? Like I don't think the United boys would argue that Gerrard has to be one of these midfielders. So if you can decide on Gerrard, then we can probably think about who else comes in that midfield then.
But Henderson.
I mean, the way our team is going.
Ando's better than Gerrard, bro.
Yeah, that's what I feel. You're gonna win a Premier League before Gerrard, man.
Yeah.
That's a discussion for another day, I think. But
Any other
but I think
notable
is
people we're missing?
Gerrard, yeah.
Xavi Alonso, as if you want a bit
Yeah.
defensive.
Alonso, Mascherano,
Mascherano, yeah. These are just options.
Keane, there's Carrick.
Carrick,
Carrick.
these are just some options, but
Yeah.
for me, it's
with the
between
way our
Scholes.
team is going, yeah. Must be right, go on.
No. Sorry, go
No,
ahead.
I'm bullying.
No, I was just saying that between Scholes and Keane, I mean, we could go with Keane as well. I'm just saying Scholes because I can't see a team without Scholes, especially in the Premier League. Longevity-wise, impact-wise, his goal against Barcelona in the semi-final, everything. Like he's crazy, man.
I think Scholes and Gerrard would be fine because we have good defenders to back them up. If you're thinking tactics, then I think that.
I was just gonna say that. I mean, our fullbacks are pretty attacking, so you might need one like proper defender to like cover. Because Trent is going to go down that flank right side up and down. So even in Liverpool, like someone has to sometimes cover for him. So it might be good.
Just a point over here. Moment Hamza says Trent, he always smiles. He's just so happy about it. But But is Gerrard unanimous?
I mean, yeah, of course.
Okay, so Gerrard is unanimous, and then like we have Scholes again. I think he's kind of, except I don't think Zen quite agrees. But
No, man, Scholes is legendary. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But honestly, like in this team, and picturing a midfield of Gerrard and Keane, I don't think that team would be beaten ever.
Yeah.
Like they would dominate midfield if they played against prime Barcelona also, that midfield could give them a real run for their money. Like two complete midfielders, brutal in the tackle. It's just incredible players. But fine, people looking at this, not seeing Scholes, United fans will be out for our heads.
Yeah.
And I also like Hamza mentioned, like wing backs and wingers will actually create a lot of the attacking side of take care of that. So once Yusuf, you have anything to add? Do you agree with going with Gerrard and Scholes? Are we gonna go ahead with that?
I like Gerrard and Scholes. Yeah, that's just my selfishness talking.
Okay, so I think Musti, you agree?
Yeah, I'm good with either, but I agree. Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Wow, cool. we're going at express speed. I didn't think that it'd be that easy for us, but okay. So we're going with Gerrard and Scholes.
Wait, now it'll start.
I honestly don't think it'll start now, but go ahead. Let's see.
Oh, you want wingers, Giggs, Ronaldo, both? I'm not.
Okay, let's start with right wing.
Yeah, let's go with right wing.
Right wing, I'll pick Salah.
Hamzu?
I don't know who you guys pick.
Do you agree? I mean,
I'd pick Salah. I'd pick Salah too.
Okay, fine. So the United boys, Yusuf, Musti. What are you guys on thoughts?
There's Beckham, there's Giggs, there's Ronaldo, there's plenty of options there. I'd go with Giggs, man.
For right wing?
But he'll go left wing. Yeah, left wing. Sorry, yeah. I mean, you could.
For right wing,
we're talking about right wing.
Right wing.
No, I know, but sometimes, but sometimes him and Ronaldo used to interchange, right? Like he used to play left, right.
Sometimes. A few games. You can't base this on a few games.
Who did you
primarily, if you have to pip him against like Salah, who would you pick? Yusuf, let's go with you first. While Musti decides between left and right.
See, on the right,
there's Nani.
There are a lot of players who play on the right, but I think Giggs and Ronaldo would be my two picks because of just the impact. Giggs in his prime was incredibly fast. He had a huge impact. Ronaldo, again, speaks for himself. On the right side, I wouldn't pick Beckham over Salah. Like Salah, the kind of explosiveness he's gotten, the level that he's reached. Yeah. Again, it's not over 5-6 seasons. Like it's been 3 seasons probably since he's just taken off from like his first Chelsea, then Fiorentina and stuff like that. But again, raw talent. It's hard, but I think Salah has a bigger potential than Mane. It to be written in the history books. I don't know why. Mane is really good. He's underrated. He's not talked about. So right wing, I'd give it to Salah. To be honest.
Yeah. And we don't really need Beckham if you think about it. He's a crosser, and you have Trent right there. You don't really need that. So I think Salah has to be there. He's the highest scorer in a Premier League season playing off the wing, and none of these players in the primes have done that. So I think Salah has to be there just for that.
So Yusuf, are you saying you're not challenging Salah with Ronaldo on the right?
No, because I play Ronaldo on the left.
You play Ronaldo on the left. Okay.
Yeah, that's where he mostly played.
But so if he played on the left, when Ronaldo played on the left, that's when Giggs played on the right?
I think it was Nani at that time.
There was Nani around at that time, and then Giggs also started moving in a little bit more.
Well.
They interchanged a lot. That's why it's confusing. It's interchanged a lot. Yeah. I mean, I was considering Salah and then put what's his name, Giggs on the.
I would say Ronaldo. My picks would be Ronaldo and Salah. That would be my 2 picks. Yeah. That's just what I think.
For left and right.
Right, Salah. Left, Ronaldo.
I would go with Giggs on the other side if Salah's on that side, and then Ronaldo, I'll put him up front.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was thinking Ronaldo up front. I mean, for me also.
Because the thing is, if you look at it, his United career also half of it was on the wing, and then he did start playing forward in his last couple of years, right? So I would do that. Like, I mean, I have to see Giggs in the team as well. Like, but that's why I would do that.
Okay, but if you're doing that, then okay.
Yeah, bias.
This is pure bias.
I was thinking Ronaldo and Giggs on the wings, but like his Zen's points about Salah were very valid, so that's why. Like, I mean, I'm trying to cut my bias there, but yeah.
Don, right wing. Let's just talk about right wing. Can you decide right wing for us?
I think Salah, because of the impact, like I'm just basing all my decisions off the impact and the way Salah has been. I mean, there's no arguing with that at all. I honestly was thinking. I remember a few games of Ronaldo really tormenting Arsenal from the right wing. So that's why I was a little surprised when you guys didn't go with Ronaldo on the right wing. But I agree with the point, and if you're picking him in the front, we'll keep him. But
The thing with
yeah.
Ronaldo is very interchangeable, right? He can play in quite a few positions.
He does that well. Yeah. So if you're going to keep one of the two spots up for Ronaldo, then yeah, I think we can go with Salah and Giggs. I would agree with that. Does everyone have majority over there with Salah and Giggs?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
Salah on the right.
Although Mane is pushing Giggs, I think, honestly.
Jahan do, bhai.
What? You're picking Giggs on the left.
They are picking Giggs on the left. Yeah.
No, bro. Ronaldo on the left for sure.
No, man. Where will you play Giggs then?
Yo, forget
Actually,
Giggs, man. He wasn't.
Yeah, forget Giggs.
He obviously over a long period of time, like he's untouchable. But
no, you have to have Giggs, man.
In
Incredible.
terms of like absolute peak, I think Salah, even if it was just for a season, I think Salah, what he did, like no one's gonna do that.
See, like if you're very particular about the time period and stuff, then okay, like you have a point over there. But like Giggs, like in his early stage of his career, he had the speed as well. Like he was really fast, and then he developed his game. Like even when he didn't have pace, he did develop his game, and he was still scoring goals. He was still giving assists. So for me, it's Giggs. The way he changed his game as well, it's a big factor. So like he had that Salah pace, but yeah, maybe you're not counting those years, but he had that Salah pace before, and then he changed his game as he got older, and he was still there, and he was still winning titles. I know titles is probably not the thing, but if you look at impact as well, Giggs was there in every single season for United when they won in '99. Then in 2007, that like those two peaks, Giggs was center of the thing. So if you're looking at impact, he had a big impact. Ryan Giggs.
Yeah.
He did have an impact. I agree with that. I am also not honestly a very big fan of Giggs because every United fan is.
Better. You like Walcott better.
I'd pick Walcott over Giggs also. I agree because but that's the point. But I agree. And also just to touch on Hamza's point, I think Mane again, like Robertson, has just and he just left. I feel like, but but Mane again, like he's because Salah's had, but yeah. So I think we're going with Giggs and Salah, right?
No, bro.
I guess we're not.
We have. See, you guys are gonna pick Ronaldo anyway, right? Forward. There's a lot more forwards that you can pick if you leave Giggs out.
I know, but that's the thing. Like, I mean, if it was somebody else, they might have agreed. Like, they'll put Rooney and not take Giggs and take somebody else. But I wouldn't take Rooney in my team. I would take Giggs in my team.
I'll take Rooney.
Okay, let's do this. Let's pick the strikers and then we can come back to this one discussion, right? Just so that we try to see if Ronaldo is getting picked or whatever, and then we'll come back and we'll finalize that left.
Okay. You guys go options with the strikers.
Suarez and Torres.
We have a lot of options: Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez, Berbatov, Saha, Van Persie, Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy is one of my favorite strikers. He was my favorite striker. Like actually, he was my favorite player. But
he'd always compare himself to Thierry Henry and fall short, but that's secondary.
Yeah, put off his agenda.
But he was. Him and Percy both had like a lot of impact in one season, like when they won the league in 2003 and then in 2013. Both those Dutchmen had a huge impact, so you have to consider that as well.
I think between Suarez and Torres, my personal opinion is that Torres had a bigger impact at Liverpool than Suarez did, relatively speaking, because Suarez had a huge impact on Barcelona. Like I know, like Suarez had a crazy peak in. Hello.
Yes.
What? Yeah, we can hear you.
No, why did you go like this?
Oh no, it's nothing to do with you.
I'm like, oh.
No, it's nothing to do.
Because for me, like, yes, Suarez had memorable seasons, but I still remember the way Torres destroyed Real Madrid. I don't think Suarez has come close to destroying like Real Madrid in Liverpool or a team like that. I don't know. This is very like, pick and choose. There's going to be arguments and stuff. But for me, it still stands out to me that Torres, what he did for Liverpool and almost beat United at United's peak. They fell short very like last couple of games and stuff. So I would pick Torres over Suarez.
There was 2 seasons, right, when Liverpool just fell short.
Yeah.
And when Torres was doing it, there was a lot of incredible players around him. Obviously, he was one of the main players. Gerrard at his peak, Xabi Alonso, Mascherano, all these guys were playing at incredible levels. Whereas when Suarez was there, apart from, Gerrard changed his role, played a deeper role. But honestly, we played with like a very young Sterling, a pretty young Coutinho. We played with John Flanagan on the left as left back for the whole season almost. That team was, it should have not been there anyway. And he almost broke the record for number of goals scored. He tied, in fact, for highest Premier League scorer, and he missed like 8 matches at the start. He was scoring hat-tricks like every other game. So I think, at least if I was to compare Torres and Suarez, it would have to be Suarez, because like that one season that he played, I don't think anyone in the Premier League has ever played at that level, including like Salah when he broke the goals tally. No one has played at that level.
Hamzu, do you agree?
Hamzu?
Okay, we'll come back to Hamzu. But for the United boys, Yusuf, what is your pick? Oh, sorry.
Hamzu's back.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Go on, Hamzu.
No, that was not me.
Just to be clear, that was my Google trying to talk to me. But
just your Google.
But anyway, Hamzu, yeah. So coming back to Torres or Suarez?
No, for me, definitely Suarez. I think both were really good, but I think Suarez just slightly ahead, because overall he was the much better player. Torres, if Gerrard wasn't feeding Torres, or if the team wasn't feeding Torres, I don't think he had that overall game to change like a game. But Suarez, could pull something out from nowhere, like a free kick or like a nutmeg, and then he's suddenly away. So I think Suarez pips Torres in that.
Yeah, for me as well, I think it's Suarez.
I agree with that sentiment as well. I think Suarez a little bit over shade of Torres. So yeah, United boys.
Really gets injured, Suarez, and then really misses a game compared to like Torres.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so United boys, you guys have to pick your striker amongst the 5 or 10 names that you guys mentioned.
And don't mention Saha again, bro. Mention like 3 names and start there.
He won us the league in 2007, man.
Would you keep the Andy Cole and Dwight Mustafa or no?
No, because they were before. They were before the.
So you're looking at Tevez, Berbatov, Rooney, Ronaldo,
Van Persie. We could pick both and nudge Suarez off as well, but that'd be very biased. But that'd be very biased. Like,
the people.
I don't think any of those United strikers except Ronaldo is better than Suarez, honestly.
You don't think Rooney?
No, I don't think so.
Suarez, the impact, we're basing it on the impact. The impact that Suarez has had, I don't think very few players have had that kind of an impact on the team for that. It was unfortunate that they didn't win, but like that impact that Suarez had was quite incredible. So I think Suarez somehow is their choice, and we'll just see what your choice is, and then we'll like finalize.
It's a difficult choice for United, but that's why I was saying
agree.
Don't pick Ronaldo as a forward, because you have such incredible. Okay, leave. I don't think Tevez comes into this discussion. He was incredible. Berbatov also doesn't. You have to pick between like probably Van Nistelrooy, Rooney,
and
Van Persie probably. I don't think you should get Ronaldo here. I think Ronaldo is perfect on the left wing.
No, but like now, if you look at it, like Rooney is one guy. Like Van Persie and Van Nistelrooy, they had impact for sure. Definitely, I would get them in my team any day. But like, but for me, Giggs' impact is next level, man. I can't. I can't.
Leave Giggs, man.
Ronaldo striker, and I'm not if you know me, I don't really like Rooney, so like it doesn't make a difference if he's not in the team. Even though he's amazing, he's great, everything, but he made one statement after that. I wasn't a big fan, so.
Yeah, but as
okay,
a player,
Yusuf,
man,
your thoughts?
Yeah, but even as a player, like Giggs.
Okay, how much did Ronaldo play as an out-and-out striker for United? That's the thing.
One season, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while he, okay, and another thing, Ronaldo better at United or Real Madrid?
That's debatable.
Debatable, I think. I liked him more at United. Like
I
I found
also
him more
liked it.
entertaining to watch. Like he could beat a player then. At Madrid, I never saw him beat a player, honestly. He became an incredible deep lying forward, a target man, but mm, he changed his game completely. I preferred him at United, to be honest.
Mm, Van Nistelrooy, I love him, but I don't know. Like he's up there, but like it's like
Mm.
Ronaldo is the only person out of Rooney and Van Nistelrooy who got better, arguably, after leaving. Like he maintained his standard. Even today at Juventus, yeah, he's not the same player as he was in United, but just the impact Ronaldo has had on football is up there with Messi, right? So like I don't know. I would pick Ronaldo. So Ronaldo has to be in my team, whether that's a striker or left wing. For me, it's
Yeah.
not that it doesn't make a difference because he can play at either position, and because he started playing striker in one season, gives him eligibility for the striker position. If he'd only played wing at United, then I would not pick him at striker. Considering what we know now, because we're seeing what was his impact at United, not at Real Madrid and stuff. So
But
So
I don't
we'll
know.
keep. Okay, so Musti, do you agree with Ronaldo as striker, and then
Yeah.
you continue to have Giggs in your team?
Yeah, that's I agree with that.
The funny thing about this whole conversation has been that you guys are trying to take other teams' players and arguing more about that. Like, for example, Zen is arguing about Giggs more than he's arguing about trying to have his own player in the team. So, so that's been an interesting part. And this has been the most friendly United and Liverpool combined 11 that we probably will see.
No,
But
like,
what is the-
So, but we have Giggs now.
yeah, but his points are valid. I'm just saying Giggs is
the bias.
Okay, so I have Suarez and Ronaldo. I just wrote them down. So do we agree on that? And then we keep Giggs in the team.
It's your call, headmaster. You
Why?
pick. You pick if and we'll go with that.
I agree with this team, honestly. Yeah. I think the Liverpool boys don't agree with Giggs being in the team, but they want Ronaldo instead. So I don't know. So
I'd rather
do you-
take Rooney up front, Rooney or Van Nistelrooy, one of them up front, but Ronaldo on the wing. But that's up to you. I'm still talking about two United players, so you guys decide who you want.
yeah, so United boys, give me what you guys feel, and then I'll make the final call. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ronaldo and Giggs.
Okay, fine. So I think I'll go with making them happy as well.
yeah. Like
And-
What about manager, bro?
Arsene Wenger.
I was coming to that. I was coming to that. That's gonna be. But let's just hear the team out once really quickly, and then we'll
Yeah.
talk about the manager, and then we'll close.
No,
this
forget the
chat,
manager, man.
So
It's
we
not gonna work out.
It's flop, right?
I think so too. I feel like
We're not getting it. This will take another 2 hours. Forget the manager. Go for it.
yeah. So we have Van der Sar on goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Patrice Evra as our right and left backs. And then we have Virgil van Dijk and Nananjima Vidic. But then we have as our
Naman
central
what?
defenders, I can't pronounce his last name.
Nemanja.
Hey, nice. There's a J or something in
Yeah,
the
it's
middle, no?
silent. It's silent.
So how am I
What
supposed
is
to know that?
You said meningitis. What were you saying?
I'm just gonna go with Vidic.
Yeah.
And then central midfielder of Gerrard and Scholes. And
What
then
about
our
David?
wingers are,
Oh yeah, sorry.
what was that?
I was waiting for him to say Van Dijk.
No, I knew Van Dijk, but I've always been confused. I shouldn't have just said. I should just, because I was trying to use all names, full names. I know I've always confused that. Doesn't help, but okay. But then we have Giggs and Salah as our wingers, and we have Suarez and wow. We have the most friendly.
Your voice is breaking down.
Don?
came out. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bolo.
Yes.
Just
Okay.
repeat the
Okay.
strikers.
Okay, so we have Suarez and Ronaldo as our strikers.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing with it, like, you could have different players in this team, but I think we did a good job. Like, it's not easy, right? We missed out on a lot of great players, but I think it's
We
a
have
good.
3 English players, right? Totally.
We have
Gerrard, Scholes, and Trent, I think.
Arnold, yeah.
And you
Trent.
can put a Welsh player in gig, so it's okay. It's not bad.
Yeah.
So I think the team complements everyone complements each other well in this team. I think this is a good balanced team, and
Klopp will do a good job with them. Yeah.
let's do a manager discussion at some other point, I think, and maybe wait for him to win the Premier League, and then we'll come back. Although I know it's just a given that he's going to win the Premier League this season,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it's
But
going to
I
be
have
very
massive
difficult.
respect for him. I have massive respect for Klopp as well. Like, I don't make fun of him like other managers I make fun of. I respect him.
Yeah. What do you think about Pep handling this team, though?
No, man.
Oh, legend, bro.
Klopp. Yeah.
Klopp,
So
I think Pepe would do good in this team because he's always good with taking good teams and making them better. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly. That's a good
exactly
team.
what I was saying. Yeah, this is a good team to make it even better and like really bring out full potential of this team, which is already a very great team. I think Pep will do a good job, but we'll believe.
If you want to answer that question, just my 2 cents is that Klopp and Ferguson are actually similar. They've taken teams not from scratch, but from a low point, and they've built the team. Klopp is the only manager who's been given 4 or 5 seasons to build a team, and he's done that job. The last person to do that was Ferguson. Wenger, you can argue he built one great team. Sorry, Don, I don't mean to be rude to you, but like but Ferguson, over the course of his career, has built 4 great teams. Klopp, this is the first time he's built a team, right? I would just argue, I'm biased, of course, but I think the fact that Ferguson has taken completely different players and built, like, you can argue 2 or 3 dynasties, that's a testament to his. Even in the same period we're considering, he had 2 distinct teams.
Yeah, but because also he had 20 years. Sorry, Zen, to cut you off. But he also because he had that much time, and I think Klopp did the same thing similarly with Dortmund. And then he came to Liverpool and did the same thing. So he has that kind of talent.
Yeah.
And and then exactly. And then also there's one point that I want to bring up over here. Ferguson, Klopp, all great managers, but no one has a gold trophy. So I just wanted to say that.
One point I had was like one thing I would give Klopp a point for is that in this day and age, there's a lot of pressure in sacking managers. I think Ferguson at that time, like, I mean, no doubt Ferguson is my favorite manager of all time, but I'm just saying at that time there was not as much pressure, I think. Yeah. And if you look at Chelsea, look at City, look at even United, everyone's getting sacked left, right, and center. And during this time to have this run is already a long run, like, you know what I mean? So and especially when you had that Liverpool team, it was easy for him to get sacked after 1 or 2 years. But he had a plan, he had a vision, and they backed him. And I would give him that point as well. But yeah, this is a debate which I don't think we'll all agree on.
I agree.
No, man, I can agree with
Ferguson,
but in terms of entertainment value that Klopp gets, and a football this teams play, I pick
as
Klopp.
a United fan, you can't go against Ferguson, but for me it's Ferguson. But yeah,
we are in agreement again. It's quite crazy. Hamza, do you have any points?
I was just adding. I don't think in today's age, even if Klopp is winning, I don't think he'd stay as long as Ferguson. I think Fergie was unique in that. I had no chance I'd see Klopp staying for that long. But I mean, in like a hypothetical situation, I think Klopp, if he would have stayed for that long, I think he has like the potential to build teams. I think, like, I mean, he sees. I mean, he's like pretty long term in that sense. I mean, he doesn't. Make rash decisions. So I mean, he would have the potential to build dynasties. But even in their peaks, I think tactically, I think I'd place Klopp slightly better than Fergie. I mean. Tactically, I mean, honestly, that's my opinion. So yeah, but and Fergie is probably one of the greatest right now. So
in agreement again. So I think that's a good way to end a very friendly discussion over here. I think
boys, I think
because you weren't involved.
So I think it's time we flip the table on Don. It's us 4 versus Don, and why Arsenal is not the greatest team of all time.
I'll get back to you on that one later. I actually, you know what? I'm going to come back with you right now. Do you any of you have a gold championship? Is your trophy gold, bro?
The only thing I'd give Wenger is
your trophy old, bro.
It's little old, but it's okay. Little bit more are coming.
Gold is old. Gold is old.
Means gold is old, but others are there. No, you can't say no. 30 years you didn't win anything.
Yeah, we'll win now.
And then we'll win next season. We have Arteta. He'll take care of it.
You the want win.
Wenger made Arsenal, then destroyed Arsenal, right?
I don't agree with that for 1 second. I think we are diverging from the topic. I know all of you guys love to talk about Arsenal, but we'll talk about them at another time.
Yeah, for sure. But it was a good discussion. I think very productive.
Yeah.
It was good to have you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was taking your role. Go for it. End the show.
Yeah. No. Good. Very good discussion. Like Musti said, nice team. We have a solid, balanced team, and looking forward to seeing you guys in our next episode. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Then, but don't leave.